So, after about a year, the world's best series has returned. Yes, the search for the worst has returned. Today on the search for the worst, ice spiders. Ice spiders is the worst thing in the history of anything ever. At this point, you know what it is, so let's just get into this. Right, the CGI is awful and the premise of the movie is boring. The actors are also terrible, as you can imagine in one of these chucking cheap-ass movies. It begins with a terrible stock transition of a spider and then an unprofessional title card appears. What a shock, the title card's unprofessional. I know, it's monumental, isn't it? Fucking cheap moves, man. I mean, I don't know what I would expect. I don't know what I was expecting, but guess what? The title card's unprofessional. It then cuts to the mountains, or Lost City. Lost Mountain, Logan County. Utah. Very much had to know that, didn't we? It then cuts to a forest and the audio sounds awful, as you can pretty much imagine. Then, for some reason, it just cuts to two men hunting for a deer, but you can write what happens here for them. They find one, but then, oh no, they see a massive CGI spider. Now, I've got a couple of things to say here, apart from the fact that the CGI is awful. First of all, why is the spider in what looks like the Himalayas? I mean, I know this is called ice spider, but come on. Not to mention, why is it actually so big? And why aren't they shooting the thing? They shoot the spider, but it avoids the arrow. And then they run off and the spider chases them. One of the men finds out the spider has killed lots of other animals for some reason. Don't know why he isn't mentioned, it just shows you them and you're supposed to think, oh no, the spider's killed a deer or something. Then one of the men gets killed by the spider, explicitly. And another spider jumps out of a tree and kills the other guy, and it looks like the worst thing ever. As you can imagine, it was a terrible jump scare when the spider jumped out of the tree. It cuts to a school bus with a skiing team on, and God, you can already see where this is going, can't you? It cuts to the camp they are staying at, and the creatively named Chad keeps complaining the entire time. There's awful camera shots of the place they're staying at, as you can imagine. Then there's a pointless scene of the spider overlooking people skiing to establish what we already know is going to happen. Fuck, this movie's awful. The awful American actors talk about some random shit just to waste time. The only reason why they have to waste time is because all this movie is going to be is people skiing and the spider killing them. No idea why I'm wasting time with this shit. I'm 10 minutes in and it's already the boringest movie I've fucking seen. The 18-year-old actors that for some reason played by 30-year-olds again. I don't know why in all these American movies the 18-year-olds or teenagers are played by fucking 30-year-olds. Can't they just get any teenage actors? Like, surely there's some that need jobs. Anyway, the 18-year-old skiing team walk in and notice some random old man that was in the Olympics or something. And then some kid, I'm pretty sure it's Chad, I honestly cannot remember, challenges the old coot to a race. While all this is happening, there was talking about some fucking bullshit about his skiing days. The race, and honestly, the camera shots aren't actually that. Oh wait, never mind. The kid cheats and wins the race. The old man comes down and congratulates the kid, but somehow they didn't notice that you could see the cameraman in the old man's glasses, and it just looks awful. You can literally see half of the camera crew in his glasses. This is honestly the worst edited movie I've ever seen. Then we get another shot of the spider looking at someone skiing again. Fuck this movie. Oh wait a second, no, something actually happens. The man falls on purpose. That's it. Yeah, that's literally it. The man falls on purpose. The man falls off his skis on purpose and goes out of the camera shot. No idea how the spider manages to do all this while staying out of the camera shot, but fuck it, I really do not care about it at this point, honestly. Then a terrible green screen shot of the mountains is shown, and wait, actually, I don't even know if it is a green screen or if the camera shot is absolutely that terrible that you believe it to be a green screen. And one more thing, it's a fucking still image. Nothing happens. Fuck this movie again. A random woman in a car pulls up while some people who look like they're in the army are playing basketball. Once again, two pointless idiots talk about something no one cares about, and then it cuts off to another scene. There is a weather warning about the area where they are for some reason, even though it has literally this has no effect on anything throughout the movie, by the way. The random woman which was in the car then goes to a military base, and we find out that the spiders are basically being tested on, and they basically made them mutate into the ice spiders. The military was testing on them, or some mad scientist or something. Fucking idiot. Some random guy I've never seen before is stuck in the spider's webs, which looks awful when he's hanging from the ceiling. The spider comes back, so he hides, but guess what? She drops the spoon on the floor or something, and oh, for fuck's sake. Just watch this scene, just look at this. Look at how bad that is. That is so bad, it's unreal. The spider is just literally a clunky CGI mess. But then she gets away and it cuts to Rick and another guy called Dash. Yeah, these are the real names. They talk about the military and the reporter or something. Then the woman, which is also the reporter, pulls a fire alarm to make the military guys or whatever come in and save her. We learn that the communication is out, and we can assume the spider did it, but who the fuck knows? It isn't actually stated or seen or shown. Another CGI spider, which looks worse than the last one, comes out, and it looks like utter rubbish. And it looks at a car. Then we meet some scientist, which is just still there even though there's a fire alarm, and he's not running even though there's a fire alarm going off. While the military team take 10 minutes to go around the building before finally finding the bloody spider, which, guess what, kills like 2 people out of everyone. They try to shoot the spider, but guess what, it just escapes out of a window, and oh no, it comes back and kills someone else. Then the crazy scientist does not want them to kill it for some reason, because he wants to experiment it in a lab and keep it for tests or something, to fucking become the next Albert Einstein or some bullshit. And then, for some reason, the reporter steals some CDs, and the worst data chart in anything ever shows the spider's increased growth rate, or something like that. There is a horrific stock transition of a CGI spider which applies nothing to anything. Rick and Dash, these names, are still roaming about the place doing nothing. I haven't mentioned this yet, but the movie keeps going to them every like fucking 2 minutes, and they do nothing but walk around a forest. Honestly, they're just there walking around the forest and learning about the spider. These two are possibly the most pointless and worst characters in a movie ever. Fuck them. They find a human body full of spiders, silk or whatever it is, and then decide to go back. But then Rick has to act like he's getting pulled by a spider's web, even though it's CGI. And the spider bites him, and then he's getting pulled in by the spider, and it assumedly kills him off screen. It's not shown because Dash runs off. Dash, the dickhead. Dash runs off in, and literally the worst chase scene in anything ever happens. And then Dash somehow finds a snowmobile, which the keys is apparently already there or something, just there sitting on the fucking snowmobile. And then he just literally gets on a snowmobile fucking type thing, and just literally, and then he gets away, and somehow the spider still manages to get in front of him, but then he just runs it over and the spider dies. For some reason, the fucking spider doesn't move out the snowmobile's way, even though it had all the time in the world. Instead, it just gets itself killed by just sitting there. I'm guessing because they fucking didn't need that one to survive. And then another spider comes out of nowhere and continues chasing him. Then he gets in a car and the spider gets on top, but then the fucking spider falls off. The scientists say some science bullshit, and then the spider has somehow made it on top of the ski lift. How the fuck has the spider managed to get up there? Come on, someone give me a valuable and reasonable fucking valid explanation of how the spider has managed to make it on top of the ski lift. What is it doing there? Some man jumps off the ski lift and literally lands onto the only bit of rocks on purpose. It's literally the only bit of rocks, everything else is ice, and guess where he lands? On the fucking rocks. He's getting bit by a spider when the worst blood splatter in history appears. While it causes some random kid which then falls into the spider. Don't know why he was fucking skiing. How is he? I don't know. Fuck this. Literally everyone there finds out the spiders exist somehow and they all start running around. No one knows what to do. Literally, everyone's just running around rampant like two fucking flies on shit. Then the spiders kill a bunch of people, literally, because everyone's running about rampant. No one knows what to do again and they're just running around killing people. The director did not know what to do at this point, because you can tell, because literally there's so many characters that the cuts are so random. 24/7, literally, it cuts to like fucking a school bus, the people in the lodge, and cuts to the scientist. All different cuts to the school bus, people in the lodge, and a scientist, literally just all different. They somehow start the school bus, even though there wouldn't be fucking keys there. And then the spider gets on top of it, but then Chad tries to fucking drive it off by fucking driving rapidly around the shop. They try to find another way to kill the spiders and nothing happens for a while the kids in the bus just sit there afraid of the spider trying to get in. She goes crazy as the spider gets in, but they work together and somehow kill it with a deer ornament or something in the main lodge, which is also there. Like this. The kids from the bus somehow get back to the main lodge, isn't shown. I'm guessing they just drove there. As they set up the plan of electricity the rest of the spiders to death. They set up the plan to electrocute the rest of the spiders to death. Some random character fucking skis to attract the spiders, which works, while the other idiots set up the plan. It works and the spiders get shocked by some electricity fucking radioactive gun which stops the spiders and then traps them. The scientist goes off and traps them and the movie ends. Oh yeah, and I wasn't joking, by the way. There is literally a mega electrified radioactive gun which they use to defeat the spiders, and I'm not making this up. Ice spiders can be summarised as CGI spiders going around killing people in some random mountain area. Nothing happens except from near the very end where there's just too many things happening at once and it's just a drag to get through and keep up with everything. There's too many characters at the end and too many events happening all at once because nothing happens throughout the movie, so they've got to fucking find out a way to fill it into the last like fucking 25 minutes, it seems. Ice Spiders is possibly the worst movie I've ever seen. Anyway, let's go to the other thing where we see where it stacks up with the rest. So yeah, here's where it stacks in with the rest. It's fourth from last. So yeah, fourth. That's it. Yeah, right. So yeah. Up next on the search of the worst. You've got to be kidding me. So after doing some research, it turns out this terrible movie doesn't have a copy in plain English. It's just in another language. So we're not doing that. Instead, we're doing whatever this movie is. Great, Jurassic Shark. Fucking Jurassic Shark next. See ya.